you haven't noticed yet, but in the past 2 weeks, there's something disturbing that has been happening that has made national news, at least here in Kenya, where two people died, but there are 3 known cases of men stabbing or hacking or killing their girlfriends over rejection. This is disturbing because these guys are young guys, 20-somethings. The oldest of the suspects is 28. And personally, I think someone who's that age should have been mature, or should be mature, but clearly not. But that's not what's messing me up. What's messing me up is the rejection part, the reasons behind the killings, the reasons behind these men going on a rampage and attacking these girls. It's because these girls said no. Back when I was growing up, well, not really back, but as far as I can remember, up until now, women have always been empowered. Yeah. Sometimes, and I know my feminist friends would kill me for this, but sometimes I think women are over-empowered. Why? Because these are the results of that. Here's why. The only thing men are taught is you're a man. You don't show emotions. You don't show weakness. So whatever it is you do, you need to figure out how to be a man and not show your weakness. And because they're told this and because they're taught this, they learn from a very early age to bottle up all their emotions, not realizing that that's gonna come back and bite them in the ass one day. These are the results. I had a conversation, I was hearing a conversation over the radio a few days ago about this particular topic, and they were saying this is the generation of boys who were babied when they were young. You know, kina baba, you know, kubembelezwa kama mayai. Kubembelezwa in English is what? Pampered, basically. Pampered when they were young. They never lacked anything. They were never refused to do anything. They were never disciplined enough. So it came a point where now they're grown and they have the freedom to make decisions for themselves. And the first instance of rejection causes them to do something stupid like this. Well, I agree to some extent for that, but something is amiss here. Something really is amiss. Why are you that pampered to the point that, like, you don't know what no is? You weren't rejected at all in school? At home, okay, definitely at home you're never rejected. You're given everything that you want, but your environment outside the house, you never experienced a no. Like, everybody around you pampered you. I find that hard to believe. At least there's one point at some place you saw a no, but then again, it still begs the question, okay, so when you did see the no, did that person give you exactly what you want, or because you were strong-willed in your no, in your not getting the no, you still got what you want? Does that make any sense? Here's what bothers me. The story is kind of fishy because on one end, people are saying this chick was the type of women who use you for your money and then drop you when or use you for whatever it is that she wants from you and then drops you cold turkey, and the man is a victim in this case. On the other end, you find this guy just couldn't take rejection. Like, he couldn't take no for an answer. And that's why he did what he did, out of anger. But then again, the other lady who from course who was stabbed and is still fighting for her life had broken up with this nigga like a year ago. So according to her, she hadn't moved on. He hadn't moved on, rather. She did. He hadn't moved on. So he went to her lying, saying that he just wants to make peace, but in real sense, he was going there to harm her. There's this other lady who died because this guy sent her money and she sent it back. So what is it with you men? Like, I don't understand. You complain we are not a certain way, and when we are a certain way, you still complain. Like, when we say no, that's your opportunity. In your head, you think I'm saying yes, and it's your green light for you to come and pursue when I'm genuinely not interested. Women get catfished, not catfished, catcalled every single day. Do you know how difficult it is being a woman in the streets? Because, first of all, depending on where you live, as a woman, you have to figure out, okay, fine, I need to go to work. I have to go to work at a certain time, but leaving my house way too early in the morning or coming home way too late at night is putting me at risk for whatever. You get? And then even during broad daylight, you'll find some idiots still catcalling me, and when I don't show any interest, suddenly I am prone to danger because the nigga can't take no for an answer. Why is it that men feel the need to treat us the way they are doing that? I don't get it. Okay, she said no. Is it the end of the world, really? I get it, you're in love. She's the only one you see, but she's not interested. I thought you guys had a men's conference during Valentine's Day. What did you guys talk about? No, seriously though. When you guys get together, is it just football and how many bodies you can count? How many girls you've had sex with is all you talk about? Y'all need to get serious. And that's why, look, don't get me wrong. There are some malicious women out there, and this is not a feminist rant, as many of you might think. It really isn't. But something has got to give. I agree that there's some malicious women out there who are after you for whatever it is that she sees that she needs, and will do whatever it takes. Hence the term slay queen. But do not put all women in that box, because not all women are like that. The same way, women don't put all men in one box. Shouldn't rather put all men in one box because of one breakup. As I was reading this, I was listening to this story in the news of Ivy Wangeshi and Naftali, and I was also researching on all these other ladies who died. I also noticed there's some women who killed themselves over a man. Like, the man broke her heart or didn't fulfill a promise to her, and she committed suicide. And that really worries me, because now I'm wondering about the state of our emotional stability in this young generation. Because all these people are university students, second year, third year university students. Like, what is happening to our mental state? Like, seriously, you kill yourself over a breakup. Look, I get it might be hard, so hard for you to get over the love of your life, but perhaps he wasn't the love of your life. Have you thought about it like that? Or, look, all I'm saying is, I've never found myself in a situation where I needed to kill myself over a guy. I've never found myself in a situation where I needed to harm a guy over rejection. I've never been around people who felt the same way either. I have suffered depression. I know what depression looks like. I know what it is. I'm still recovering from it. Yes, I have dark days. Yes, I've been suicidal, but not over heartbreak. It's because it's been over other things. But I do understand your inability of that person to see beyond what it is that's in front of them that makes them do the things that they did. The sad part about these stories is these guys who stabbed these women have zero remorse. Zero. And that's where the problem is. Because, case in point, Naftali, the guy who killed Ivy Wangeshi, he confessed to his crimes. He said what he did. He said everything leading up to the crime itself. Yes, it is a crime. Thou shalt not kill. Exodus 20. It's there in the Bible. And it's also there in the law. Don't kill another person. So, if you listen to his stories, this is premeditated murder. Like he was going to kill her. Even though it was premeditated 2 minutes before he actually did it. It's premeditated. Okay? The story is that, according to him, they were in a relationship before. And then something happened, and then they were not in a relationship. And then they got back together. Not in a relationship, but a friendship. And then he pursued her, and then gave her money, and then this happened. But there's also this other side of where her family and friends and neighbors are saying, nah, she's not the type. Now look, if you have an entire neighborhood backing one person up, then someone isn't telling the truth. Because I cannot believe that an entire community had a meeting, came together and said, this is the story we're sticking with. I don't believe that. That's too much of a coincidence. That's too much of, I don't know what to call it. That doesn't make sense to me. An entire community backing up the behavior of one person. Either she's really good at hiding her identity, or he's really good at lying. Something has got to give here. This is an open letter to men. It isn't the end of the world when you're faced with rejection. It's hard. Yes, I know. It is. But it isn't the end of the world. She's not the only one. If she rejected you, yes, you'll be hurt. If you need to cry, cry for 5 minutes and move on. You don't need to kill her to prove a point. Even if it's to yourself. That's not winning on any side. It isn't. Men should stop treating women as property. Just because you bought me drinks at wherever, whether it's the club or wherever, just because you bought me a drink doesn't mean I am obligated to go anywhere with you. I didn't ask you to buy me a drink. And even if I did, it does not obligate me to go anywhere with you. Just because you gave me money doesn't obligate me to do anything that you ask me to, unless you're giving me money for a service that I'm offering for you. And even then, that doesn't obligate me to do nothing for you, anything for you. I'm not your property. I do not belong to you. Men should stop that mentality of viewing women as such. It says, first of all, a lot about your character. It says a lot about the people that raised you. It says a lot about your mental state of being. Men need to know you're not stupid. You're not dumb. You can tell if a chick wants you for you or wants you for your money or whatever it is that you're offering, that she's seen, that she needs. Stop acting dumb because you like the attention and because you can easily get what you want from her. Come as a bitch. It has a tendency of coming back and biting you in the ass. And before that happens, to you or your sons or your grandsons, how about you break the cycle and be the king that you are destined to be and protect the women around you? That's what I'm gonna say. But I want to know what you think. Comment down below. Thank you for joining me on my corner of the interwebs. See you in the next one.